Good morning, cadets. Today we will be going to the another chapter of national integration. That is the part 3. Last two parts we were going through the various factors of national integration. So in last two PowerPoints we were going through the importance of national integration, the necessities of national integrations, and the factors affecting the national integrations. So today we will be discussing about the main feature of national integration, the fundamentals of unity in diversity, the role and the duties of NCC cadets in national integration, and the threats that we are facing in national integration. So we will move on to the PowerPoint. So this is the third part of national integration, and in this part we will be discussing about the fundamentals of unity in diversity, role and duties of NCC cadets, threats to national security, in conclusion. So as we know, India is a nation having great diversities. The people who inhabit this nation belong to different races, communities and castes. They reside in different geographical regions and speak different languages. They believe in and practice different religions and have varied lifestyles. But with certain shared fundamentals for national unity, the people of India can develop the feeling of oneness in spite of all these diversities. The main binding factor remains the Constitution of India. There are several other institutions which are the pillars of unity in the country. That is NCC, the premier youth organization of the country, is a true examples of national unity. So what are the other fundamentals that unite India to become a single nation? First one, it is the geographical unity. Undoubtedly, through the ages of India, they maintained a geographical unity. Even the seas of the past had visualized it. After independence, India maintained and still maintains that uninterrupted geographical entity. Thus goes the popular saying, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India is one. Second main point is the spirit of religious unity. Apart from Hinduism, we have followers of Buddhism, Jainism, Islam, Sikhism, Christianity and Zoroastrianism. But Hindus form the greater majority. There are no doubt different factions, sections and subsections, but basically all Hindus believe in the theory of dharma and karma. We celebrate all the festivals like Holi, Diwali, Christmas, Eid, Buddha Jayanti, Mahavir Jayanti. So this provides unity in diversity. Third one, it is the Indian philosophy. Indian philosophy was developed on Indian soil and not borrowed from anywhere. These have been gradually due to interactions of different groups. But the ultimate aim of achieving salvation and the fear of hell keeps them all bound together. Fourth, it is ethnic coexistence. A very important characteristic of Indian society is the coexistence of different ethnic groups. So these groups formulated intergroup behavior. There might be some drawback in our constitution, such as the separate provisions of different castes, particularly the backward and scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. But industrialization policy and agrarian reforms have generated a new inclusive culture. As a result, different cultures have been blended together, thereby bringing unity among them. Next, it is cultural unity. Cultural unity amidst various diversities is found in India. In spite of differences in language, religion, dress and manners, Indian culture is homogeneous. Different parts of the country we are celebrating all the religious festivals and customs. The caste system, family sanctity, modes of offering, several social ceremonies and are celebrated in almost a similar manner in different parts of the country. Next, it is social unity. It is well known that the Indian society is diversified in dress, food habit, customs. The treatment of guests, offering aims to beggars, to help others at the times of need. All this greatness, the Indian society has received commendation from the tourists who came to visit India from abroad. Next, it is political unity. India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. The political unity is not recent, it had its origin in the long past. So these are the fundamentals that unite the diversities of India. The role of NCC. NCC has been instrumental in imparting quality training to millions of boys and girls and developing the personality for our youth, many of whom have marched ahead in life and excelled in their chosen fields, thereby contributing immensely towards nation building and national integrity. Imbibed with the spirit of patriotism and self-service, NCC cadets have been contributing towards strengthening forces of national unity. Equally and secularism. This is an ever ongoing process, and the organization remains committed to strive for its best in the noble endeavor. So, what is the role of cadets? Every NCC cadets as an individual can contribute substantially in the process of nation building by adopting following measures. The first one, it is the contributing to adult education. Cadets are trained in various subjects of national importance. This exposure helps the nation to have trained pool of resources in imparting adult education in the country where illiteracy is widespread. Next, it is the promoting the national language. As per the directive of principles of Indian Constitution, Hindi as a national language must be promoted throughout the country without affecting other languages. It is effectively possible through the NCC cadets because they are trained by armed forces personnel coming from different parts of the country. Treating all human beings as equals. The motto of NCC is unity and discipline. The main parts of the training forces on building a better character for the individual. It will help the cadets to treat all human beings as equals, irrespective of their caste, creed, or color. Respecting all religious institutes. India is a multi-religious country. It respects every religion. It keeps the secularism moving. Consistent effort is needed from the side of the youth. It is effectively done by NCC cadets. Another main role of NCC cadets is social service activities. One of the major roles of NCC is to provide social service towards the citizens of the country. The various activities that NCC takes towards the social service includes tree plantation drives to ensure climatic balance, blood donation camps aimed at collecting blood to help out those in urgent need, campaigning against the dowry in the form of different rallies, pledge against female foeticide, anti-leprosy drive to educate people about the disease and also giving information about cure, AIDS awareness rally to spread information about the disease and also giving information about some prevention tips, visits to old age homes and spending some quality time there with senior citizens, providing help in slum clearance, disaster management and relief at the time of occurrence. Threats to national security. National security is the security of the country within its borders. This basically implies maintenance of peace and law and order and upholding sovereignty of the country within its territory. National security is different from external security to the extent that external security is security against aggression by a foreign country. External security is solely the responsible of the armed force, while the internal security comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs. So the internal security threats are of the two shades of threats given below, that is internal and external. The internal threats, what are the internal threats? That is, first one is poverty, unemployment, inequitable growth, widening gap between haves and have-nots, failure on administrative fronts or governance deficit, increasing communal divide, increasing caste awareness and caste tensions, rise of contentious politics based on sectarian, ethnic, linguistic, porous borders, poor criminal justice system and large-scale corruption leading. So these are some of the internal threats that India is facing. And what are the external threats? External threats are cross-border threats coming from Pakistan, China, Bangladesh, Myanmar. So these are some of the external cross-border threats that India was facing for last 60 to 70 years. Then another new type of external threat that had come recently is jihadi terrorism. So to conclude, national security is the security of the country within its borders. So NCC has a major role to play for the security, internal and external security of the nation. Thank you.